Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Coaches Close Clients. Today, we're here with Jessica Yarbrough, and we're going to learn all about how to attract high-paying clients. So thanks so much for being here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. So yeah, tell us a bit more about you and what you do right now.
Sure. My name is Jessica Yarbrough, and I am a marketing strategist for service-based entrepreneurs. And I help you to rapidly build your influence so that you can attract high-paying clients and get paid top dollar for your expertise.
Awesome. And tell us a bit more about your story of how you got into all of this kind of work.
Sure. My background was in marketing. I had built a startup company in San Diego. I've worked with some companies worldwide. I took a hiatus, a 4-year break, and went on a spiritual journey, traveling and learning about myself, and came back to the business world when I got pregnant with my daughter and became a single mother. And I started really from the ground zero. I started doing done-for-you marketing services and really being the jack of all trades, master of none. And it wasn't until I transitioned into really using my gifts in the biggest possible way that I was able to develop a specialized business, become a sought-after expert, and start to command higher prices. And from that stemmed my teaching business and helping other people to create the same level of success in their own lives.
Awesome. That's very cool. So how did you get into more of the high ticket range and kind of helping people market there? And what have been some of the distinctions you've seen there?
Well, I think so many people, especially struggling coaches and consultants, are generalists, and that's a big problem. You want to move from a generalist to a specialist, because a generalist means you become lost in a sea of other coaches. And I'm sure anybody's watching, you can scroll through your newsfeed and be like, is everyone a coach? So how do you stand out? And everybody wants to stand out. They want to be able to be influential. But the first things comes with stop trying to be everything to everyone and launching 20 different programs a year. That's exhausting for one thing. But the other one is you don't become specialized in one thing. So when you can make that transition from generalist to specialist, instead of becoming no thing to anyone, you become one thing to one market with one clear message and one transformational program. Later, you can build your other ones if you like it. But right now, most people are trying to get to that six-figure, low six-figure to $500,000 mark. And you have to really move from generalist to specialist to do that. Specialists are in demand. They can command top dollar, and they really stand out from their competitors because now this is the person to help me do X. So that's the first step.
Okay, got it. And what would you recommend as some tips for helping someone clarify how they can narrow down to what type of specialization they have?
Well, first you need to look at the number one thing you need to do is find out what's your edge. So what is your unique brilliance? What is the problem that you can solve better than anyone else? And then build a business around solving that problem. Now, the problem here is that most of us are blind to the things that we're innately good at. It's second nature. It's like, I can look at this and in 30 seconds, I can solve this problem. I can create a strategy and you can go make money. We're blind to that because it's so easy for us. So if you're not sure what to do, here's some action steps that your listeners can take right now. You can survey your friends, your family, you can survey your clients. I like to say, write down 5 of your biggest client results you've ever got. This could be weight loss. It could be, launching a program. It could be making a ton of money. What are all those just top client results, depending on what your niche is? Write them down and then go back and circle the ones that you're most proud of. You loved working with this client. They gave you energy. When you think about this like testimonial, it totally lights you up. That's what you need to specialize. What was the one piece that you really helped them with? And that's a great place to start with what your edge is.
What about for coaches that are just starting out?
For people just starting out, you can go back and survey. So your edge, past life experiences, current skill set, passions, the problems that, like if you had a job that your coworkers would come to you and say, hey, can you help me with this? Surveying what are your greatest strengths to find out what that is. And if you're really unclear, obviously working with a mentor, somebody that can help you, shine that light on what is your unique gift is really powerful.
Awesome. So once they have more of a niche in place, what do you think is the next step for them to really start attracting those high paying clients?
So the second step is around building a high ticket offer. So one transformational program that solves an urgent problem for someone. So you're not just getting on the phone and being like an accountability. Hey, how'd your week go? Oh yeah, did you do this? Did you do that? Those coaches charge $50, $75 an hour. You want to be the coach that's charging $500, $600, $1,000 an hour. And so you can easily do that when you have a transformational program. You are going to solve an urgent pain. So if you are a sales coach, right, you help clients get confident and be masterful at their sales process, for example, then that is the result you're going to promise. You're going to say, I'm going to teach you how to become masterful at sales so that you can close 3 to 5 high paying clients a month. That's the result you're promising. And when you do that, when you can promise someone that through your knowledge, teaching, mentorships, and accountability, that they're going to go from making 0 sales to 3 to 5 a month, now you can charge $5,000 or $10,000 for that program. So you build a transformation program of solving that one problem for that one specific market.
Okay, got it. And when you say an urgent pain, like what can be some urgent pains for, let's say, if you're a health coach or a mindset coach, like let's say you're not
Okay.
a business coach, what would be some examples of that?
All right, urgent pain. Let's say you're a mother who's had a baby. Your baby's 3 months old. You're still 20 pounds overweight, and you desperately want to lose weight and fit back in your skinny jeans again and feel sexy and confident and start having sex with your husband again. Maybe that's urgent. He's like, it's time. So that can be an urgent problem that you can solve, is focusing on it. Another health coach is maybe, you were a diabetic, you were on medications, you had this whole transformation you went through, you lost 100 pounds, you're bringing your edge, right? You build a program around working with pre-diabetic or diabetes to help them get off meds and reclaim their life, lose weight, etc. So you're solving an urgent problem for a specific market. An example of business coaching, a business owner is not sitting there in bed lying awake, oh man, I really need my website done. They're lying awake in bed saying, I need more clients. So if you're a funnel builder, you're not going to say, hey, or a web developer, I'm going to help you create a pretty website. So you're not thinking about that anymore. You're going to say, I'm going to build a system of pages that is going to help drive 30 new leads to you a month. Do you see the difference?
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. So what's the third step?
The third step is around building your influence. So really important for your listeners. Everybody wants influence. Unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy your influence, influence is not bought, it's earned. So how do we earn influence? We earn it through people's attention. We know distraction is the number one thing right now. We're so distracted as a society. We're looking at our phones while watching Netflix and have our iPad in our lap, right? So we want to take that distraction and we want to take the currency of attention and bring it towards us. And the way that you do that is you earn through valuable content where you are educating, inspiring, and sharing social proof and creating credibility with your audience. So once you find your edge and you create your program, your message, your value proposition, everything that you teach stems from that knowing of that result that you provide. So you position yourself as the expert, and then you have your call to action for people to take action to change their life.
Okay, got it. And what would a good call to action be for something like this?
Well, it just depends. So depending on if you're a startup entrepreneur, the call to action, it can be something like join my Facebook group, because now we've got a curated group of people who are warm. They're a warm audience. They've raised their hand. It could be join my list if you're at that stage of list building. It could be get on a call with me and let's have a 15-minute, 30-minute discovery call. It just depends on where you're at and what you're selling at the end. So what's really important though is that you need to build your influence and you need to build a tribe, grow your network of people that are your target market. So who cares if you have 5,000 random people that you're connected with on Facebook? You need to be connected to 5,000 people that could potentially buy your services. Same thing on LinkedIn. So that's really important, is growing a curated network and growing it in the right way. So you're growing your network without pitching people right away. You're going to give value without asking anything in return. And in return, people will love you, adore you, and become raving fans. And there's all kinds of, tools I can share and methodology. In fact, at the end of this interview, I know I'm going to be giving away a 3-part training where I literally break down step by step this process of how to build your network in the right way without being spammy, pushy, or icky. And it's really cool because when you do this process right, you can close $15,000-$20,000 in sales really quickly. So there's a right way to do it and a wrong. What I'm saying is, if you want to be influential, if you want people to raise their hand and say, oh, I love what she's saying, I want to work with her, then you need to do it in the right way. You need to find your edge, build your transformational program, and begin to build your influence and influence your tribe, the people that are your market, to take action with you. And that's how you lay the foundation for a wildly successful, coaching or consulting business.
Got it. So tell us more about that, like influencing your tribe. How do you
Right.
get the tribe that you've already built through, the method of gathering influence to actually start taking action and responding to the calls?
Right. So there's a common scenario that happens is we're sharing value. Well, we're sharing, but we're not really teaching. So, and this is actually a personal thing that it's rampant in the coaching world. So you've kind of got this group of coaches who just sell the lifestyle, but they don't teach anything. And if you ever bought one of their programs, you might be like, what is this? There's nothing in there. There's no substance, but they're selling the lifestyle, or they're cussing at you a lot, or whatever it may be. It's just really great copywriting on social media, but there's no substance, there's no depth, there's nothing being taught. Okay, that is really common in the industry. So hey, don't buy from those people. What you want to do is be something different. Actually give value. Teach somebody something. I mean, if you want to go out there and sell the lifestyle and take pictures of yourself with Ferraris and Chanel bags, that's cool. There's a market for that. What I'm talking about is people that really want to make an impact and want to become influential, like even Gary Vee. Look at someone like him. He's actually giving knowledge away. Okay. So you want to give knowledge away so that you can take all the people that are following you and break them out of the peer-to-peer, like, hey, Jessica's cool, I like what she's saying, and into the mentor-peer relationship, mentor-student. And the only way to do that is not by taking pictures of your handbags and cussing at people. It's actually to teach them something. Now, those people, they have their own way of doing things, but that's not what most people are able to do, right? So what we want to do is we want to actually leave with value, give them your best stuff, and show them that you know what the hell you're talking about, and take the call to action to put them in a group or on your list or in a program. And when you start to teach people, it's amazing what happens. Opportunities line up. You're going to get interviews. You're going to get people giving you shout outs. You're going to get people tagging people you don't even know in your content. Things are going to get shared. It's really amazing because people are hungry for real knowledge. And they're hungry for genuine connection where somebody's not saying, hey, guess what? You're just in time for my webinar in the first message. Super annoying. So please don't do that. What people want is for someone to treat them like they're a real human being and to actually give them something. Like, I know you're real. And if you give me this value, I can't imagine what's on the other side. Like, if she's giving this away for free, what is her paid stuff? Give them some value. That's how you stand out from 99% of your competitors. You can go the really strenuous route of just, writing copy and getting people into programs. I know I personally have purchased them where it was just them yammering on a live stream. Or maybe they just stick you in a Facebook group and it's like, what is this? This is weird. Where's the strategy? Where's the framework? How do I learn something? Right? That's really frustrating. You don't have to be that person. You can stand up, you can make an impact, you can build influence, and you can make a lot of money in the process while getting your clients epic results. So that's the process that I teach. For those of you that are watching, there's a 3-part training we're going to include at the end of this interview. I think the whole thing is maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes long. There's nothing being sold at the end. It's actually absolutely pure value. And if you want to get on a call with me after and talk about different ways to work together, we can. But I want you to really understand this process that I talked about in this interview of finding your edge, building your program, and then building your influence and network, and how all of this can really work together seamlessly so that you are literally magnetizing clients to you. And every day waking up with people saying, how do I work with you? Which is a pretty cool feeling.
Awesome. Awesome. So if you can leave our audience with one main tip you have for them when it comes to attracting clients, what would it be?
I would say focus. You need to focus absolutely on the one thing you want to offer. Don't get distracted and try to be everything to everyone. Get clear on your gifts and lead with that and push it out to the market.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you again so much. So where can people get your three-part training?
Yeah, so I'll actually send you the link so you can include it in the show notes, and then you can also follow me on Facebook. My handle is the official CEO Babe. You can go to ceobabe.com or follow me on LinkedIn, Jessica Yarbrough, Biz Consultant. So I'm all over social media. Feel free to find me. I'm looking forward to connecting with you.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, thanks for having me.